Please make available a blanket, a strap, or whatever you have handy, dog leash, unused printer cable, long bit of licorice, and then 2 blocks suggested, but not necessary, not mandatory. Please come down onto your back. Find and create a comfortable position for your arms. Bend your knees, place the soles of your feet onto the mat, and then wiggle the feet wide all the way out to the edges of your mat. And then drop the knees from side to side. Now begin to bring in a full, smooth, and even breath. Attune your awareness to your breath, the sounds and sensations created by the breath. And share your awareness also with the sensations that you find in your body. Move the legs as quickly or as slowly as you like, and feel free to get kind of curious and play around with the speed. Maybe pausing here and there. And then drop your knees to the left. Bring the right arm up and overhead. Organize the arm so that it can rest heavily and naturally on the floor. Place one hand onto your belly and please take 3 full cycles of breath. Full inhale, filling the belly, the back, the sides of the waist. And full breath out. Observe the hand as it falls back towards your center. And at the end of your 3rd cycle of breath, bring the knees through center. Change sides, now dropping the knees to the right. Take the left arm away from you. Wait, up. Take the left arm up and then place the right hand onto your belly. And 3 full cycles of breath. Inhale into the sides of the waist, into the sides of the rib cage. And then exhale, observe the body and the breath as you narrow back towards your center. And at the very end of your 3rd exhalation, bring the knees to center, and then draw your knees towards your chest. Hold on to the front of your knees, and then allow the knees to splay out to the sides. Use the strength of your arms, really mostly the strength of your hands to hold the knees in place. Allow the legs to relax. Allow everything else to relax and soften. This is called roast turkey pose. And it probably won't take a whole lot to imagine why it's called that. Take a few cycles of breath here. And invite your body to soften even more with each exhalation. And during practice today, I would like to invite you into a little bit of self-inquiry. And as we practice together, observe when your mind starts to wander, when your mind starts to kind of take the forefront over the breath or the body. And should that happen, invite in the question, what am I escaping? And this needn't be a real mental rummaging around or much of an intellectual activity at all, but ask the question, pose the question, and then observe what surfaces. Draw the knees towards each other, and then hug the knees in towards the chest. Take a few breaths here. And alternately, when you find moments in your practice where you're really sinking in, you find a really sweet moment of stillness, invite in the question, what am I embracing? Again, without needing to do much thinking, active thinking or mental exercise at all. Just ask the question and then observe what arises. Please take a full breath in towards your belly and your back. And then exhale, draw the knees in a little bit closer. Inhale, fill belly, ribs, the space under the breastbone all the way up towards your collarbones. And then exhale, draw the knees in, empty the breath out. One more time, take your fullest breath in, expanding in all directions. And then open the mouth, exhale, draw the knees in. Drop the knees over to the left and open the right arm out to the side. And notice if the right shoulder is rising up away from the floor, in which case you could bring in a blanket. If you have blocks available, a block can be have even more options for adjusting the height. Take a couple more full, smooth, expansive breaths. Make them also exploratory breaths. Where else can you bring in breath that you might not have experienced before? Take one more full breath in. Hold the breath in for a moment and soften the body around the breath. Open the mouth and let it go. Bring the knees through center. Drop the knees now over to the right, maybe employing the blanket or a block. Open the left arm out to the other side. And bring some full, smooth breaths into your inner space, almost as though your breath had the effect of a flashlight. And what inner spaces can you bring a little bit more light into? Take one more full breath in, get even more curious. What other little dark hidden corners remain? Where can you shine your flashlight breath into? And then hold the breath in for a moment. Relax the shoulders and the face. Relax the lips. And then open the mouth and let it go. make your way onto your side. And then onto hands and knees, tabletop position. I'm going to slide a blanket under my kneecaps. You might like to do the same. Place your hands under your shoulders, knees under the hips, roughly, more or less. Look down, see your hands. And then take a few cycles of cat-cow. Inhale, lower the belly, lift the crown of the head and the tailbone up. Exhale, press into the hands. Curl the tailbone down and in, lower the crown of the head, round the spine. Inhale, arch, fill the lungs, broaden them wide. Exhale, press into the hands, curl, round the body, empty the breath out. Use the shape to encourage the breath out even more. And now keep going a few more times. Link the pace of the movement to the pace of your breath. Either take a couple more cycles of cat-cow or do some body off-roading. Make your own trails, as it were. Explore, try it out. Prioritize the sensation and prefer the sensations that feel good, helpful, appropriate. Learn from the ones that feel less so. And take a few more cycles of breath to wiggle out, shimmy out, maybe explore a particularly choice spot of stillness. And then come back towards your hands and knees position. Come down onto your hips, sit down, swing the legs out in front of you. Bend the knees, soles of the feet onto the mat. Use your hands to give yourself a pretty casual hanging out stance in the upper body. And then cross your right ankle on top of the left thigh. Really, knee can be bent any amount. And then with your right foot, please write the alphabet. So, options include lowercase, uppercase, or cursive. You might even get a little bit more challenge, more movement out of cursive. And whenever you've finished your alphabet, pause and rest. Press the hands down a little bit more firmly into the mat, and then flex the top foot. And now organize the shape into a gentle hip stretch. So that could mean bringing the foot in closer towards the hip, or it could mean sliding the hip closer to the heel, maybe even walking the hands in towards the hips a little more. And no need to go for your most intense stretch here. Wherever you're finding sensation, draw in some full, smooth breaths, like you have a little highly targeted micro lung right in that spot. Take another breath in and a breath out. Shift yourself back towards your more easeful beach lounging position, and then change sides. So this time, cross the left ankle over the right thigh, and then uppercase, lowercase, cursive. If you know any other alphabets, you can do that. I bet we'd have a real Dickens of a time doing Cyrillic with this. And I don't know how many letters I did, but whenever you are finished, please pause and rest. And then flex the top foot and organize your gentle hip stretch. Maybe moving the foot, the hips, or the arms. If the wrists are feeling a little bit tender, you can come on to soft fists. Draw breath towards sensation. One more full breath in. And full breath out. Unpretzel yourself. And make your way, spin your way, however you want to get there, back towards hands and knees. But first, let's come up, do a little shake out for the wrists, a little bop. Little circle, little flick out. And then hands and knees. Tuck your toes, lift the knees, lift the hips, reach the hips up, reach them back. You can experiment with how closed or how open the angle of your downward facing dog is. Maybe by walking the hands or the feet. And then eventually settle into a shape that encourages a lengthening of the spine. So a place where you can press down actively into the hands, reach the sitting bones back, maybe bend the knees, maybe not. Reach the crown of the head into the space between your hands. And then inhale, lower the knees down onto the mat. Exhale to child's pose. Take your hips back towards your heels. Toes can be tucked or untucked. Inhale forward, hands and knees. Exhale, down dog. Again, inhale, hands and knees. Exhale, child's pose. Inhale forward, tabletop. Exhale, down dog. Step the feet out wide. Bend your knees, walk your hands in towards your feet. Imagine that your upper body were liquid. Maybe like a gel. Yeah, let's go with a gel today. So spine, all the way from your sacrum to the crown of your head, shoulders, arms, pour them down onto the earth like maybe you're pouring liquid soap. If you're a big fan of that edible performance gel. Nice to meet you. You're the first person I've met of those, but you can be like that edible gel. Allow your ears to hang heavy and soft, your cheeks. And then keep the arms heavy, gelatinous, and slowly curl up the spine, vertebra by vertebra, taking your time. Once your head is up, please keep your awareness and your gaze soft. Put a little bend into the knees, and then turn the upper body towards the right. And then pour yourself back down. So ease the arms down towards the floor, tracking the body more or less over the outer right seam of the leg. And then once you're all the way down, sweep the torso back to center. And then slowly round, curl, stack all the way back up. Once the head is up, keep the gaze soft. Little bend into the knees. Now turn the upper body towards the left. Drop the chin towards the breastbone, and then curl round all the way back down, like your fingertips were magnetized towards the core of the earth. And once you're down as far as you care to go, sweep the body to center and roll up one more time. Once your head is up, spread the toes wide. Press the soles of the feet down, and inhale, circle the arms up. Exhale, bring the hands together in front of your chest. Please step your feet in towards hip distance, and maybe grab a block to place in front of you. I'm going to place mine on the highest setting, turned sideways. Look down, see that the feet are roughly at hip distance, and then inhale, reach the arms up. Exhale, fold forward. Any amount, knees bent, any amount. Take your hands towards the block if you're using it, or maybe towards the mat. And then bend your right knee, and on an inhale, reach the left arm up towards the ceiling. Little twist open. Exhale, float the top hand back down towards the mat or the block. Bend into the left knee, inhale, float the right arm up. Exhale, float it down. Change sides. Go side to side a few more times, moving with the pace of your breath, bending the opposite knee from the direction you're twisting. If this is feeling not super great for your shoulder, you can place the top hand onto your hip instead of reaching the arm up. Go side to side just one more time. And then pause at center. Either bring your fingertips to the block or onto your shins. Inhale, reach the crown of the head forward. Exhale, fold inward towards the block or the mat. Press down into your feet. Spread the arms wide and inhale, stand all the way up. Exhale, bring your hands together in prayer position. You can scoot the block out of your way and grab now the strap. Place the feet a little bit wider than your hips. I'm going to turn, let's see, how is it going to be helpful? I'm going to start by turning to face you. You can face whatever direction you would like. Please take start with a fairly wide grip on your strap, little bend in the knees, and then bring the strap up, over, and behind, and please adjust the strap, your hand placement on the strap as you go. So if you find that you've started out in a place that feels a little bit too cramped, then widen the grip. If you're really not feeling much of anything, then walk the hands a little bit more narrowly onto the strap. Full, smooth breaths. And the next time that your strap is in front of you, pause for a moment. Walk your hands just a little teensy bit closer together. And then bring the strap up, over, back. And do that a couple times. If you've placed the hands too narrowly and you feel like you're kind of wrenching into the shoulder joint, please be more generous with your hand placement. Look for that range of motion, that magic little place where you feel a good bit of stretch here in the pec minor muscle around the chest, the front of the chest. Next time the arms are in front of you, rest for a moment. You can get the arms a little wiggle out. And then hands wide again, bring the strap up, over, and back, and this time find that little speed bump, that little arc, curve, range of motion where you find the most sensation of stretch, and floss up and down it. Could be 1 inch, could be several inches up and down. Relax your neck, relax your jaw and your gaze. Bring in some breath. If you're having a great time here, what am I embracing? If your mind is wanting to talk to you quite a bit more, what am I escaping? Bring the arms all the way down and back, up, over. Toss the strap aside and give yourself a little shimmy, bounce, shake out. You can even do a little hop from side to side. More than anything, this is a little nervous system reset to invite the muscles to integrate all of the sensation and information that we just put into it. And then step towards the top of your mat. Place the feet roughly hip distance apart, spread the toes wide. Press the soles of the feet down into the earth and inhale, reach the arms up. Exhale, fold forward, maybe towards a block, maybe towards the floor, knees bent any amount. Inhale, lift halfway. Exhale, fold. Step onto your right foot and then take the left foot back behind you, landing on the ball of the foot into a long runner's lunge. Little ease of the hips down, little ease of the hips up a couple times. And then pivot the back heel down onto the mat, press the soles of both feet down, and then reverse windmill. I guess a windmill can go anyway, up to warrior two. Bend into the front knee any amount. Suction cup the soles of your feet down. And send your gaze over your front hand. If the shoulders are feeling quite rigid here, take a moment to work them out. Let them know that they are totally allowed to move. They don't need to be holding the weight of the world just right now. Now, as you inhale, straighten the front knee, reach forward, and then exhale, pivot. So take the bottom hand towards the leg, maybe even onto a block here, and reach the top arm up, unless the shoulder's feeling kind of hinky here, in which case the hand can go on the hip. Gaze could be down towards the floor, straight ahead, towards the ceiling. Actively press the soles of the feet down into the floor. Take a breath in. And then exhale, bend the front knee, bring the forearm to the front thigh and the top arm up and over the ear, again, unless it's on the hip. Inhale, reach a little bit more from the sole of the left foot through the left fingertips. And then exhale, warrior two. Inhale here. And then exhale, cartwheel the hands down towards the mat or the blocks. And step the back foot forward. Inhale, lift the chest halfway and lengthen forward. Exhale, fold inward. Press into the feet, spread the arms. Inhale, stand all the way up. Exhale, hands together in front of your heart. Inhale, circle the arms up. Exhale, dive forward. Inhale, lift halfway. Exhale, fold forward. Press the left foot down and step the right foot back onto the ball of the foot, long runner's lunge. And then create a little bit of a little sense of buoyancy in the hips, lower them down, lift them up. And then spin the back heel down, press the soles of both feet down, and then spiral up to warrior two. Bend into the front knee as much or as little as you'd like. Press down through all four corners of each foot. If the shoulders are feeling stuck, remind them that they have options. They are in fact not stuck. And then inhale, straighten the front knee, reach forward. Exhale, pivot the upper body down into triangle pose. Take the front hand towards the leg or a block. Maybe the hand You could reach it up. Maybe the hand, you can put it on your hip. Place the gaze where the neck feels most easeful. Inhale, press down into the feet. And then exhale, bend into the front knee, take the forearm towards the thigh, or rather onto the thigh, and then reach the top arm up and over your ear, or keep it on the hip. Take another breath into extended side angle. Reach, reach, reach. And then exhale to warrior two. Take another breath in. And then exhale, hands towards the blocks or the mat. Spin the back heel up, and then step to plank. In your plank pose, place the knees down. Untuck the toes. If you need to move your blanket around to make sure that they are serving the function of softening the surface for the kneecaps to be comfortable, do that. Press the tops of the feet down. Connect with your breath. Lower down halfway and hold. Relax your face. And then slowly ease the rest of the way down onto your belly. Keep the knees down and press yourself up to where we started in a knees down plank. Press the tops of the feet down. Lower halfway down and hold. Ease the rest of the way down. Soften, rest. Keep the knees down. Press back up to knees down plank. Press the tops of the feet down. Lower down halfway and hold. Relax your face, connect with your breath. Lower the rest of the way down. Reach the legs out long behind you. Inhale, reach the breastbone forward and up. Exhale, lower down. Inhale, float the upper body up. Squeeze the shoulder blades towards each other. And exhale, lower down. And now time for some free play. So come up and down from cobra a few more times with breath. You could hang out really anywhere. Play in any plane of motion that feels interesting, helpful. Some days, a few real classic cobras or baby cobras feel like just the ticket. Come up and down just one more time. Child's pose. Walk your hands in towards you and roll your way up to seated. And then you can swing the legs out in front of you. But I would like to highly recommend now opening up your blanket some so that you've got more surface area that's soft. And I think I'm even going to turn my open blanket sideways. If you'd like to open it even more, you can do that. But I think I want mine to be even more cushy. So that's what I'm going to do. Once we get into position, you can refine your decision. So bring yourself onto your blanket and then set up for pinwheel pose. Let's start up with pinwheel with the right leg in front and the left leg back. So pinwheel is two roughly 90-degree angles with the legs. And once you've placed yourself in that position, see if there are any bony prominences connecting with a hard surface. And then that'll inform you how to either move your body onto the blanket or if you need to make even more soft surface area. So I'm going to do that by opening like that. And then set up your pinwheel to 90-ish degree angles. Yeah. Set it up so it's as comfy as possible. If you'd like, you can bring your blocks so that they are on either side of you. These could be nice to bring the floor up a little bit closer. If you'd like to press down into them, you could also support yourself on the floor. But now please press the legs down into the mat. So anything that's touching your blanket, mat, whatever you're on, press it down. Here is where the stabilizing may come in handy, just as a little sensory anchor, little support. So bring your muscular effort to maybe like 15-20%. So not pressing down real hard. Let's call that our 1. And now gradually press down a little bit more. 2. I'm going to count. Keep pressing down more and more. 3, 4, 5. Press down more and more. 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Press everything down. Hold. Connect with your breath. What am I escaping or what am I embracing? Relax your shoulders, soften your face. Still pressing down at a 10. Now I'm going to count us back down. Gradually release the effort. So let's go to a 9, 8, 7, 6, less and less, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Relax, release. From here, I would like us to create or aim to create a little more comfortable variation of this. So that could be bringing the heel in towards the thigh, closing the angle of the back knee. Somewhere where you feel a little bit more settled and stable in the hips, comfortable in the joints, and then inhale, reach the crown of your head up towards the sky. And then exhale, twist towards the right any amount. You can support yourself, anchor yourself with the fingertips, maybe a hand on the leg. Twist any amount, fill the shape with breath, and then place the gaze wherever the neck feels easeful. Inhale here. And then exhale, revolve back to center. Inhale, lift the crown of the head up. And exhale now towards the left, any amount, using body parts, floor, props, anything to anchor, guide into the stretch. This doesn't need to be, you don't need to seek for the most extreme stretch here. Look for one that feels like, all right, all right. You could even play with turning the head and look for a place where the neck is interested in being. Inhale. And then exhale, rotate back to center. Let's head back to the pinwheel pose, really just in the front leg. So if the back leg is more comfortable having a more closed angle, then do that. If a more open angle feels better, then do that. But aim for a roughly 90-degree angle in the front leg from the thigh to the shin. Flex the foot, anchor your sitting bones, your pelvis down. You may not be totally centered. You may be more on one sitting bone than the other, but settle into that weightedness. And then inhale, lift the crown of the head up. And then exhale, fold forward towards the front leg. And now I would like to bring your awareness to the multiple options that you have here for your forward fold. So you could forward fold towards the thigh, the knee, the shin, the heel, in between the knee and the heel. You can kind of bop around between all of those. Or once you've found one that feels like this is the most appropriate for right now, then please settle into that forward fold and bring some breaths into it. And reserve the right to change your own mind. So if it feels like one position has run its course, then try out another. Take a full breath in. And then open the mouth and let it go. Walk your hands in, bring yourself upright. And then bring both legs out in front of you. Place the feet wide with the knees bent. Support yourself with the hands behind you, and then windshield wiper the legs side to side a few times. Let's set up the left side. So pinwheel pose on the left side. Bend each leg at a roughly 90-degree angle from femur to shin. Organize yourself on the mat or the blanket so that everything where there's a little bony knobby bit, it's got something soft under it rather than something hard. Not that you needed me to make that sound to let you know what a hard thing is. Please flex the feet. Again, you can have the blocks if they were helpful, or little fingertip tents. Press the legs down. Press the legs down until you reach about 15-20% effort, muscular effort. And let's dial it up from there to a 2. Press down more and more. 3, everywhere that's making contact. 4, press it down. 5, things might move, your upper body. Okay, now we're 6. 7, allow things to move, just keep pressing. 8, 9, 10. Remain. Relax your jaw, your neck, your face. Notice if anything's a quiver. Press down for 10. And now let's dial it back to 9. Release. 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Off. Neutral. Those were our voluntary muscular contractions. So please now organize the shapes. It's a little bit more comfortable to the joints. Maybe that's closing the angles, bringing the foot towards the thigh. Settle the sitting bones down. Inhale, lift the crown of the head up. Exhale, twist towards the left any amount. Gaze could be anywhere you want to place the neck. Inhale. And exhale, rotate back to center. Inhale, lift the tips of the ears up. And then exhale, twist towards the right, again using any anchors that are available. Inhale into your twist. Exhale, back to center. Create the 90-degree angle with the front leg, flex the foot. Inhale, weight down into the pelvis, lift the crown of the head up. And then exhale, fold forward. Maybe over the thigh, the knee, towards the shin, heel, between the heel and the other leg. For our next few moments here, allow yourself to be soft in the shape, but engaged with an active breath. Take another breath in. And then open the mouth, let the breath out. Walk your hands in and upright yourself. Bring the legs in front of you, bend the knees, take the feet wide, and windshield wiper the legs from side to side a couple times. And then pause the knees. Place the feet around hip distance, and then ease yourself down onto your back. With the knees bent, press the feet down, lift the hips up for just a moment. Inhale here, press down into the feet, lift the hips up. And then exhale, lower the spine down vertebra by vertebra until the hips are down. And then make the legs like gel and squeeze your gel out so that the legs are lengthened down the mat. And invite yourself into your final relaxation. Allow the breath to be natural. Make your heels heavier. Make the tops of your hands heavier. Relax your glutes. And also soften the space between your eyebrows. Please begin to take some fuller, more active breaths. Imagine drawing breath into your center and then sending it all the way into the very extremities of your limbs, top of your head, tip of your nose, fingertips, tips of the toes, all the way out to the ends of your eyelashes. And then bend the knees and guide yourself over onto your side. Take a full breath in here and a full breath out here. Guide yourself up into a seated position, whether that's on your mat or on a chair. Bring your hands together in front of your heart and notice one hand, the other hand, and then notice where the two hands meet each other. And then rub them together. Place one hand on your heart, place the other hand onto your belly. And offer yourself a gesture of embrace. Thank you.